You are now listening to CTR Media Network.
The family. CTR Media Network. Yeah. Best in the biz. Yeah. Join the team. CTR is who we are, the media network, that's the best by far. Whether you listen at your home, at your job, in your car, come get the information that's needed above par. Never lasting, motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions that you're asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself, your health is here. We got it, reaching 350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like-minded, find your purpose and your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network. Start the show. CTR Media Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to CTR Media Network TV. I'm your host, yes, Dr. Tina J. Ramsay, and hello to all of our CTR Media Network and CTR Nation people. But we have an amazing guest for all of you that are content creators, entrepreneurs that are looking to position your business on social media. This man is the one to listen to. He is a digital marketing strategist and SEO expert, Brandon Leibowitz, founder of SEO Optimizers, to unlock the real strategies that help entrepreneurs, content creators, and yes, you too, podcasters, rank at the top of Google and get more traffic that actually converts. From DIY SEO tips to social media growth hacks and Google Ads insights, Brandon shares practical steps you can take today to grow your visibility, boost engagement, and turn your digital platforms into income generating machines. Whether you're just launching your podcast or scaling your business, this is indeed the episode for you. So grab your pen, grab your paper, get you something to munch on, because you are about to learn how you can be seen, be heard, and be funded by the amazing yes, Brandon Leibowitz. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on today.
Oh, it is indeed my pleasure, because you're talking about things that in the digital marketing space can be very confusing for the average person. And so today we're going to break down some of those things and also help people to understand why what you do is so important. And when I think about you, Brandon, I'm going to take you back. I did a little history on you. You went back, you started in this industry in digital marketing in 2007. Now, my question to you is, in 2007, most people wasn't even thinking about digital marketing like that, clearly as an entrepreneur. But what was that moment in 2007 when you were in the digital marketing space that made you say, I need to start paying attention to this SEO and how it's going to do in the future?
Yeah, no, I fell into it back in 2007 and wasn't planning on it at all. Kind of just graduated from college, got my degree in business marketing, and one of the first jobs out of school that I was offered was helping a company out with SEO, and I didn't really know much about it. I told the company, I'm not sure what this is. I got my business marketing degree, but they don't really teach you too much about search engine optimization. They teach you a little bit about digital, but 2007, it was very minimal, and decided to give it a shot. The company said, don't worry, we're new to this as well. We're going to learn with you, taking you to classes and workshops. And in those workshops, it's kind of where I realized that I could work full time, and I could also get my own clients, because some of the people speaking at these workshops in 2007 were saying, I have 10 different websites, I do drop shipping and affiliate marketing and all this stuff. And it made me realize that I'm working at this website or at this company. They're very niche. They sell e-commerce products, and I could just go to a local restaurant, and it's not a direct competitor, and pick up clients here or there. So got me kind of thinking that maybe I should just stick with this digital. Everyone's probably going to have a website. I think 2007 is when the iPhone came out. So that also changed everything, that I think that was a big game changer, is mobile, connecting everyone and making the barrier to entry to connecting online. Pretty much nowadays, people are throwing away old iPhone 10. So everyone's able to connect. And that's really what changed it all and got me continuing to do this over the years.
Well, I would say you definitely made the right choice. You definitely made the right choice to dig deeper into this landscape of SEO and also understanding the landscape of websites, which definitely, as you can see, 2025, that is pretty much the bedrock of what we're realizing now in this new digital marketing era, that entrepreneurs, you can't go without websites. You can't go without having some knowledge of SEO. And for those of you who may be SEO, when you hear us saying this jargon, I have to remember that there's some people that may have never heard SEO before, or they saw it but don't really know what it is. So Brandon, could you tell them what SEO stands for?
It stands for search engine optimization. That means optimizing websites for search engines. Really, what that entails is just ranking you on search engines: Google, Bing, ChatGPT, whether you're searching on Amazon, if you're searching on Yelp, anywhere that you search, trying to make sure that you show up at the top without spending money on ads. Because you can spend money on ads, those are all the paid ads, but right below those ads are the organic, the free listings. And that's what SEO is all about, getting you that free traffic.
Oh yes, oh yes. So what we know that to be called over here, we say organic, organic there, without you paying anything. And so with this SEO, and then you mentioned something about websites and different stuff popping up. So when we're thinking about visibility, SEO, and the whole strategy of how we as entrepreneurs need to be more visible, and then for those of you who are content creators, such as podcasters and TV hosts like myself, we're looking for ways that we can actually accomplish that. So with a website, it's just one piece of the puzzle. So what exactly is the missing link for most entrepreneurs that we tend to overlook when it comes to actually getting traffic to our websites?
Having a website is very important, and because you control it, especially if you're a podcaster, posting it up on YouTube and all these other platforms is great, but you don't own any of that. And they could take you down and drop reach and engagement, but your website, you have full control. And I would always recommend, like, each episode, posting it as an individual blog post, add content around it. But Google's going to see all that stuff and say, great, but how do we trust you? How do we believe that you are who you say you are, that you're knowledgeable, that you're trustworthy? Because we don't rank anybody. We need to make sure that you are credible. And that's the part that a lot of people miss out on, is building trust. Trust comes through what are called backlinks, getting other websites to mention you. The more third-party sites that mention you, the more popular Google thinks you are, the more trust Google is going to give to you. Then they're going to look at those keywords. But it doesn't really work the other way around. Without those trust signals from the backlinks, Google is not going to rank you or not going to trust you, and they're not going to rank a website that they don't trust. And most people don't realize what backlinks are, or they build backlinks and they're building low quality backlinks. And nowadays there's good quality and bad quality backlinks, and good quality backlinks just means they come from sites that are related to what you're doing and have some authority. So if you're just getting a random site to link out to you, doesn't do much. But if you're selling dog food and you got another website about pets, about animals, great. That's going to help you move up those rankings.
Oh, okay. So basically, a backlink is not something that a podcaster for their website or entrepreneur for their website will create themselves. It's you being on a third party, someone else's website, and they mention you on their website. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. A backlink is a clickable link on another person's website. If you're reading, let's say, entrepreneur.com, and in there it says Brandon Leibowitz, and you click on that and it goes to my website, I'd be getting a backlink from entrepreneur.com. So with the podcasting, I have my own podcast, and I had my own podcast. I don't keep it that active anymore because I'm a guest on other people's podcasts, because now I get this SEO backlink along with the content from being a podcast, social media content. subject matter expertise and all that added benefits, but a lot of people don't realize you get SEO backlinks, and that helps you move up the rankings in Google as well. So it's just another added benefit.
You're the only person, and I'm telling you that I have spoke to in the digital marketing space that have made backlinks so simple. You're the only person that explained it so simply, and I love it because for the simple fact, everybody else made it like it's so, I mean, untouchable. Like, oh, a backlink, you can't get the back. But then he was like, this is what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And even a person who have no prior knowledge could pick up something from what you just said. And so now understanding how powerful that is, backlinks in general, because at the end of the day, like you said, there are so many people that are online now with websites, podcasts, whatever the case may be. And Google want to know, basically, can they trust you? And you, me, that person can say anything about themselves, but what are other people saying? What are other people saying? And like you said too, which I thought was a great point, you can be mentioned on other people's websites and everything like that, but how credible are them? How credible are they? And is it a high credible known place that they are backlinking you? So that is powerful right there. I mean, we can end the episode right now. That y'all can go do that right now. I mean, but anyway, we're not gonna end it. We're gonna keep on going. So when we think about social media, because as entrepreneurs, and we're gonna do both, because I think with entrepreneurship and podcasting, you're both in essence trying to do the same thing, be more visible. So we both can benefit from SEO optimization. We can both benefit from ranking. And so when I think about social media and SEO, I often feel like they're separate worlds. So how can a small business owner make them work together instead of treating them like two isolated platforms? How can you be on social media and then also benefit by utilizing this SEO optimization?
Right. Now, they are somewhat independent of one another, but they do help out in ways. So social media, but digital marketing, I would say it's all about first knowing who your audience is and where are they active, because a lot of people with social media try to be everywhere. And there are too many platforms nowadays that you got to kind of pick and choose your battles. And I mean, in general, I would recommend sign up, create an account for every platform, just so you could claim your username. And just in case you find out later on that someone else has a similar name, they take it and you can't get that ownership. It could be a little frustrating, but in terms of being active, try to think about who your audience is, where are they active? And those are the platforms I would recommend trying to promote and use them if you can to get people to your website. So social media, which is tough, usually tries to lock you in social media. When you're on Instagram, they don't really make it easy to leave Instagram and go to your website, but you want to try to use social media as a way to get traffic to your website. Google sees that as these social signals that other visitors are coming to your website from social media, sends kind of social proof, and that helps Google then start to trust you a little bit more. And one piece of that puzzle, I mean, Google makes it complicated, and I try to keep it simplified with the backlinks, but it can get extremely complicated. But I try to just don't overthink things, because if you overthink it, you're never going to build any backlinks. But if you just start going out there and just start trying to get your name out there, start working on it little by little, it's all going to work. But social media, it's great. Just try to allocate time in your day for social media and don't go over that time limit, because it's easy to get sucked into the algorithm and try to post once a day, and then you're reading his Facebook feed. So I like to kind of schedule everything out ahead of time for that entire month, sometimes the entire year. And then you don't have to worry about logging in, like using Hootsuite or Buffer or tools like that to just help you set it and forget it, and then focus on other bigger picture items.
I love it. And you said a lot that I agree with you on. One being, I 1000% agree with you. There are so many social media platforms, and we as content creators, podcasters, entrepreneurs, we know that we need to be visible. We know that we need to be on these platforms, but I mean, how many hours do we have in a day to actually post, hashtag, buff this, do that, like it gets overwhelming. And so when you mention those tools that we can use like Hootsuite and it's many other, you just have to, you guys, you're just going to have to do your independent research. I like to say your IR, independent research, to figure out which one is in your price point and what you want to do, which one is more user-friendly for you based upon the knowledge that you have. However, you said another point that I tell podcasters all the time. When you are building and starting your show and or business, you need, even though you're not, you need to be on all the platforms. You don't have to be active on all the platforms, like you said. It's good to, but you don't have to. But you need to grab your name. That's why you need to do it. You need to grab your name. Grab your TV show, your podcast name. Grab your business name. Because trust and believe, somebody gonna be watching you, and they're gonna see you doing your thing, and you're over here doing the thing, building your show, building your business, not even thinking about this little place over here on this social media. And then one day someone says, "Oh, you're not on LinkedIn," or "Oh, you're not on Instagram. You need to get an Instagram account." And then you go over there and somebody done snatch your name. So it's very important in the beginning to go ahead and get your name. So I 1000% agree with you with that. And then based upon your audience, whatever you're doing, like Brandon said, figure out what your audience like, where they're most active, and be over there. Because at the end of the day, you're on social media, what? To be social. You don't want to talk to yourself. So talk where your people at, no matter what else somebody else is doing. So when I think about many entrepreneurs, they struggle with turning clicks into clients. What are some things that they should focus on once they start noticing that they're getting more traffic? They're taking your advice. They're doing these backlinks. They're getting quality media coverage, and then more people coming. So what can they do to help with that traffic?
Getting traffic is step one. Step two is actually the tougher part, getting them to convert, getting people to call you and email you or buy your product, whatever that conversion goal is. Because getting Google is just a robot, and getting Google to trust you, it's not as difficult, but getting humans to trust you adds a whole nother story, because people have emotions and they're not just reading your code, looking at backlinks and keywords. They're going to, anything to help build trust with people, I feel like is the most important. Like testimonials, reviews, anything to make it easy to find all that stuff, especially on your website, what's called above the fold and below the fold. Most people will never scroll down on a website. Whatever you see on the screen is called above the fold. And you want to try to have as much pertinent information above the fold with like a value proposition, maybe like what's in it for me, a couple bullet points, maybe a video or an image, and then a call to action. If you could have that all above this before you have to start scrolling. Desktop, it's a little bit easier. Mobile, you're kind of limited on room, so you might not be able to get everything, but on desktop, you want to try to get as much of that on that page without having people scroll, because if you're making people scroll, you're losing visitors. People are not going to scroll. And in general, half the traffic that comes to your website is going to leave immediately, unfortunately, just in general. So anything to help lower that is great, but you're still going to lose a lot of traffic. And that's where I like to remarket and follow people around, keep myself top of mind through those Google ads, where if you look at a product on Amazon and you don't buy it, those ads follow you around. I do the same with my business. You don't have to be e-commerce. You can do service-based businesses and follow people around. You're the warm leads. They were at your website, but something deterred them. Maybe they're on their phone. Somebody called them and they got distracted, and then they forgot about you. And then they see your ad, and it's just another touch point to help them hopefully then turn into a conversion for your business.
When you say people follow you around once you click the ad, and you're so true, you can be watching an ad nowadays. I remember before you have to just click, but if you watch for a certain amount of time, I have noticed that If I go on Facebook, I see it. If I go on Instagram, I see it. If I go on YouTube, I see it. I mean, I just see it everywhere. And so when you say follow around, are you referring to pixels?
Yep.
When
So
you set up your pixels?
on social media, it'd be the pixel. On Google, but it's all about just setting up those custom audiences of people that have been to your website but didn't do a specific action. This is one audience. Like for e-commerce, if they've been to your website, added a product to the shopping cart but didn't check out, low-hanging fruit. They were that close. Like, let's follow them around. Or people have been to your podcast and listened to more than 2 episodes and haven't joined your community. You could follow them around with ads saying like, hey, join the community. Like, I see you're interested, but you haven't joined it. Here's a link to make it quick and easy.
Mm-hmm. So on average, you're speaking about ads, since you went into the ads. On average, if you can say this, is there a certain amount of money that you would say a business owner or a podcaster need to have if they want to start their journey with Google ads or Facebook ads, Instagram ads? Do they need how much money could they really run an ad for $1 a day? We see a lot of people on there saying $1 a day you can run ads. And it is true because I tested out, but is that really gonna help you? Do you need to come out with more?
I mean, you're gonna get what you pay for. You might get a visitor or a couple visitors, but it's not gonna move the needle because in general, you need about 100 visitors to come to your website. You might get like 1 to 3 leads ish on average. So if you're only getting 5, or if you're only getting like paying for ads and you're getting 1 person a day, it's going to take you 100 days to maybe get 1 to 3 leads. So you could do it, but sometimes on Google, like these ads, it's different on every platform. Social media is a lot cheaper because you don't get the same quality as Google. Google, people are actively searching, whereas social media, you're targeting people off of interests, and it works. It's just a little bit different intent. So Google ads, sometimes 1 click on a Google ad could be $100. It could be $200 for 1 click. Google ads does give you some free money. So if you haven't ran Google ads and you're new, you could sign up. I think they're giving away like $1,500 right now, or they were doing $3,000 earlier this year for free for new accounts, which is usually in the past was like $500. So they're giving away a lot of money. I think they're desperate for advertisers because of AI, and they're losing a lot of money. So you could sign up and get some free money to play around with and test. But $1 a day, it's going to be tough to get that budget to really last enough. But it's doable. It's just it's going to take a while to get to that level that you want to eventually be at.
Well, I'm glad that someone was finally honest, because I was like, that sounds like a little too good to be true. $1 a day? I mean, really, we can't even get a gallon of gas, milk, or anything for $1 in 2025. So why should I feel like $1 going to actually help me get a client that's paying more than $1 like that? So I'm glad that we finally have some clarity on the $1 a day. So like Brandon said, there are some things that Google are giving away free money. I do know Google is, in regards to nonprofits, if you qualify, they'll give you $10,000 a month for some type of grant that they'll give nonprofits. I don't know anything about business for profit. So in other words, you guys do your IR, independent research, go out there and search. You never know until you look. But Facebook, social media, get what you get. Google, I would say that's probably sounding like from Brandon, that's the best way to go. It's just going to cost you a little bit more. So get your little investment money together so that you can do what best works for your business. So when I think about everything that you do, we already talked about backlinks. We talked a little bit about digital marketing. We talked about website traffic. We talked about what SEO optimization means, which is search engine optimization, things to help you actually rank up on Google. So my thing is this. In this world of top performing social media sites, do you have any recommendation on, okay, someone is new, where exactly should they actually start? Even if they say, well, I'm not going on all those websites, which is the ones that is more than likely I should have my business or podcast at?
Probably Instagram is one of the most popular ones, TikTok too, but YouTube is owned by Google, and Google is going to promote and push YouTube as much as they can. So I would probably recommend those three. YouTube probably is number one, but Instagram is just so powerful for social media. Like Instagram is, I'd say Instagram and YouTube, and then the other ones just depends on your audience. Like if it's younger, TikTok; if it's older, Facebook. I mean, everyone's different, but it seems like everyone is on Instagram. Almost everyone is nowadays, and YouTube just is YouTube.
Yeah, it is. So right now, we talked about sending traffic to your website and all that. But once we get the people to the website, shouldn't we start really paying attention to our analytics instead of just being happy that, okay, I got 100 people that hit my website. I got 1,000 people, maybe 100,000 people. What should we be looking for once we start getting all this traffic from the backlinks and just regular people coming from social media onto our website or however they find our website? What should we be doing? Is there anything that we should be doing or looking into with our website then, with the analytics?
No, you definitely want to track everything using free tools like Google Analytics. Google Search Console is another free tool from Google. Wix, Shopify, Facebook will give you analytics, but it doesn't really tell you the full story. Google Analytics, it's like data overload. It's like too much data, like too many places to click. But the more you click around, the more you're going to learn about your traffic and your audience. And Google Analytics just shows you everything about your traffic, from all your traffic, where they come from, if it's from Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or social media or blogs or emails. Google Search Console will show you everything about SEO, your keywords that you're ranking for, if you've been penalized for doing unethical stuff, or if your website loads slowly, if there's any technical issues. Google Search Console will show you that. Both are great, and I recommend both tools. They're both free. And then you're going to be able to make statistically informed decisions. Like you might see which pages get the most traffic or which podcast episodes get the most traffic, but also how long are people staying on that podcast episode page? Are they staying on for 30 seconds or 30 minutes? And you can see all that. So you can see like which ones get the most views, but also which ones get the most retention, because that's really what matters. Just because you got a lot of traffic, if all those people left, maybe it wasn't what they were looking for. You did good SEO, but you didn't do good to keep people on that page. So tweaking it, and that Google Analytics is going to let you understand and make those changes.
Okay, so Google Analytics help you see where the traffic is coming from, and Google Console, it helps you see what did you say?
The SEO technical errors or keywords that you're ranking for as well too. So you can see what keywords you rank for, what position you're on in Google, and that is really helpful. That is very, very useful. That Google Analytics used to show that. They took it away. I think they might bring it back soon, but Google Search Console will show you those keywords. And
you said that both of those tools are free.
Yep, free from Google.
Free from Google. Okay, you guys, you heard it. You guys love that free 99. So you hear that you can get the Google Console and the Google Analytics. And so basically it's like a plug-in. I won't say a plug-in, but listen, I use it, and when I looked in the back, it was like, wow, look at all this stuff. So don't get overwhelmed. Take it one piece at a time. But like Brandon said, it is really, 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 really informative. You really know who your audience is, and your data equals dollars. So if you understand the flow of your people, what they like, what they don't like, even if you like it, if they don't like it, you need to dump it because you're creating stuff for your audience. And then you can create quality content and also services based upon that knowledge. So when I think about what you're doing with your business, when you call yourself the SEO Optimizers, explain to us what it is that your business does for a podcaster or entrepreneur that, because we're hearing all this stuff and it's cool that some of this stuff is free, but at the end of the day, we're looking at it like that's another thing for us to do, and it sounds like I want somebody else to do it. So what we want to know, do Brandon do that with SEO optimization? That's what I want to know.
Definitely can help you take care of it, because this does become like a part-time job, keeping up to date with all this and keeping Google happy and making sure you're in all the right places. And so that's where I offer a free SEO strategy session, because I have to look at each website. It's different. And we have to look at your website versus the competition, figure out how much SEO has been done to your website, how many backlinks do you have, how many pages do you have, and then we can figure out and look at your competition and figure out what's the difference and how do we get you to that level that you want to be at. So anyone that needs help with that, they could always book a time on my website. I offer free consultations at SEOoptimizers.com, and I'm happy to help move you up, because I've worked with podcasters before, worked with lots of different local businesses, e-commerce businesses. Podcasters, it's really just trying to get you more downloads, get you more views on your YouTube videos or wherever we're putting that content out there. And then also working on each blog post or each podcast episode, optimizing that onto your website as a standalone page. That way you can start getting traffic to your website and not just sharing that traffic with YouTube and Spotify, but now they can listen on your website to the Spotify and watch the video right there.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So is there anything else you would like to share with that budding podcaster or entrepreneur in this world of SEO? One tip you want to leave them with, or one thought you want to leave our viewing and listening audience with?
I'd say just patience with SEO and digital, and all this stuff takes time to build an audience, to build a following on podcasting, to get Google to trust you, to build the backlinks. All these things take time, and a lot of people just think, hey, I saw someone go viral, I could do it too. And it happens, but you do have to stick with it and keep working at it. And little by little, you see yourself growing and growing, and you can look at Google Analytics and watch that traffic and see that it's growing month over month, week over week. But don't expect that giant peak. It just usually kind of just slowly builds up over time. So stick with it. Don't get discouraged if you're not getting those immediate results. It'll come through over time.
I love it. I love it. And when you said that, when you mentioned Google, it made me think about this new thing that I saw on Google. I don't remember how new it is, but they call it a knowledge board that Google will actually, it's not anything you can buy. It's something that you earn based upon what you were saying, with having the backlinks, having the media coverage, having the things so they can trust you. Before we go, do you know anything about that? Is it something that as entrepreneurs and podcasters we should aspire to try to obtain by all the things that we do? Is it a good thing to have a knowledge board? I think I'm saying the right thing.
No, it's called a knowledge graph. So
yeah,
there, but no, it's when you search for a person's name, like a celebrity, you'll see like a bunch of information about them that's pulled from Wikipedia, and it's all pulled from Schema. So schema.org. Don't want to get too technical, but it's programming programming language that Google, Bing, Yahoo made like 15 years ago. And they're reading Schema, and they pull that out into their knowledge graph. They're always going to, if you have a Wikipedia by default, they're always going to pull that off from Wikipedia and give you a knowledge graph. For us, like small, medium-sized businesses, it's a little trickier. Like I got one. It took me a while, a lot of media coverage, a lot of news, but you add Schema to your own website, and that helps Google pick it up. But they also need the trust from third-party sites. They'd rather see it on Wikipedia because they know you can just add Schema, put all this code on your website. It's not going to guarantee it, but best practice in general for SEO is you always want to put Schema on every single page on your website, especially for AI. That's all being pulled in from Schema. So schema.org. Gets a little complicated, but if you could add that to each page on your website, that will help with the knowledge graph. And it will also get you in AI searches, ChatGPT, in voice search, in Siri, and Alexa, and all these extra places that you want to be in.
I never heard of Schema. I actually have one. I didn't know what it was when I searched myself, and I was like, what is this? Like, what is this? And then I started doing some little IR, independent research, and I was like, oh, so I think it's a good thing. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so, but then I noticed that a lot of people didn't have it. And like you said, I saw a lot of celebrities with it, people who are known, and I was like, wow, this is something, but I didn't really know what to do with it. So thank you for explaining it. I feel good now. I didn't really know what was it that important. I just was like, this is different, So you guys, I guess you'll do your independent research about schema.org. You got to look that stuff up. You got to do some work. But Brandon, thank you so much for sharing all this information. And I appreciate you because I know that this topic of digital marketing can get very complex and it's very multi-layered. And I speak to a lot of people in this industry, and this is the first breath of fresh air conversation that I have had in a very long time about this topic, because it can be very over the head, really, really over the head. So, and I know you can get there too, but I appreciate that you made it simple for us today. So for those of you who need his help, which I know you do, so you go on over there to SEO Optimizers.com. That's SEO Optimizers.com, and check out what he has over there in regards to SEO, because if you know that you don't have the bandwidth to do it yourself, hire someone that's what they do. Okay. And so thank you so much for the information. Is there anything that you're doing right now that you want the viewing and listening audience to do, or you just want them to go to your website to meet you?
I actually created a special gift for everybody. If they go to my website at SEOoptimizers.com/gift, they can find that gift there, along with classes I've done over the years. I've thrown it up for free so they could see step-by-step how to do a lot of stuff that we talked about. And they could also book some time on my calendar there for that free SEO website analysis to figure out what's working and what's not working and how to get them to that level that they want to be at up there.
Well, we love gifts. So thank you, Brandon. Thank you for being a featured guest on our show. And thank you so much for making it simple for us to be able to understand some of this landscape in regards to SEO, Google Analytics, all the things that we know we need to do, but we just didn't know how, or we just didn't have the knowledge to kind of break it down to be able to grasp it, if that makes sense. So thank you for being a featured guest. You guys, make sure to go check out Brandon at his website today, because I know as podcasters, all of you want more downloads. All of you want more viewership, listenership. All of you as entrepreneurs want more people, want more traffic. So the way that you have to do it is through this SEO and through using social media the right way. So Brandon definitely taught us how to get more traffic and sales using our SEO and social media. For those of you who will be in the building October the 11th, we are having the Media and Wealth Conference, or I would say summit, in Columbia, South Carolina, October the 11th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is an event that you will never forget, because we're bringing media and we're bringing how you can build wealth all up under one roof with some amazing speakers, as you can see below. For those of you who are business owners that would like to sponsor this event, just reach out, and we still have a couple more tickets as well as vendor tables available. So go check it out today. For those of you who have not downloaded our CTR Media Network app, where you can watch our show on the go ahead and download it today, because it is free. You'll be able to replay and watch this amazing episode with Brandon and so much more that's on CTR Media Network TV, as well as the other 30-something shows that are already there to be able to help you in your business, your personal life. So go check it out on today. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And remember, If no one told you this today, that they care about you and that they love you and that you matter, I'm here to tell you that I care about you, I love you, you matter. And I'll do what? See you next week. Same time, same place with another amazing featured guest. Have a great day. Have you heard about Book Authority's best new podcasting book winner, which is Dr. Tina J. Ramsay, for her book, The Power of Podcasting, Unlocking Tips and Strategies for Podcasting Success. This book is your podcasting coach in a book. She is sharing so many strategies. This book reached #1 twice on Amazon for new release and best-selling book. So go ahead to ctrmedianetwork.com to purchase your copy today, or simply place your order on amazon.com today and unleash the power of podcasting. CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.